Evening. So today is a special one for me. Um, what are we going to be doing? This is so with Oma Ideal Luxury. Welcome to my studio. So today we're basically going to be cutting, drafting, cutting, and sewing live. I hope we'll be able to stay long, okay? But we'll start with the drafting, the cutting, ironing. Like you're going to get to see what a day in the studio for me feels like or look like. Okay, so I have this um particular style that I'm making, and I just want to show you the video, the picture rather, sorry. So I'll show you the picture. I'm making a blouse. So this is the blouse, and this is the skirt. It's a long skirt, and this is the blouse. So you're supposed to tuck in the um, blouse into the skirt, right? Okay, and this is the skirt, is a fully skirt. Okay, so this is basically what we're making today. To save time, I have already cut this is the fabric. This is my fabric. I've already cut out um the fleece skirt. I did that freehand. I didn't draft. I cut it. This one is this material, but I've already cut out the skirts already. Really, it's really long. So this is what it looks like. This is the back of the skirt. This is the back. It's quite long. So these are two pieces, okay, for the back, and this is the front of the skirt. Okay, so this is what the front looks like. It's really long. Okay, so when you open it, this is what you get. So I joined this thing is long, so I have to join at the down, and I pinned it down, so I can't open it now until I saw it. Okay, so but we'll be drafting. That's what we'll be doing for now. We'll be drafting the blouse, and yeah, set up. Okay, trying to set this up so that it's visible. Okay, yeah, you can see this, right? Yes. So okay, this that was the so we're drafting the blouse. I've shown you the blouse. It's the front would be a princess cut, and the back would just be normal straight darts at the back. Okay, the front, it will be a princess cut. I want to do a princess cut at the front because I'm going to be attaching cups to it, and yeah, that's basically what it is. So let's just go into the drafting. Okay, so as usual, I will have to start with my I'll have to create a starting line to make things easy for us. I have to create a starting line. There's something I noticed anytime I'm doing a live video. My right hand is always like my left hand. Is it the same thing? Is it me, or is that how it feels like? Is it the same thing? It's always like my left. Is that how it is like on your own end? Please let me know. Welcome. Please tell me. You guys, you get to see me today just doing everything I would usually do behind the camera, okay? And that's what you get to see. Please tell me where you're watching from. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and yeah, this is my studio. I'm currently going to make a blouse. I showed you the blouse earlier, and the skirt is a circle skirt, a long flace skirt, and a blouse. So it was just you're supposed to tuck in the skirt, okay? So that's basically what it is. I've drafted the skirts, and I'm currently drafting the blouse. That's what we're doing today. So this is my starting point, and I'm going to go now to get all the measurements. Her bust point is 10.5. Her bust point is 10.5. Her under bust 13.5. Her waist point is 19. The waist point is 19. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. The waist point is 19. And then from this point now to the blouse length. Her blouse length is 25. So I have 25 here, and I'm just going to keep this one as is 1 inch left as the allowance. So that's what I will do. So once this is done, I'm going to, it's like I should stay this way safe. So it's better. Should I? Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can do that. Let me stay this way. See. Is it better? Okay. Yeah, I think it's better. Okay. So I'll do the same thing here. So that I can connect 10.5, 13.5, 19, and then we have the remaining part as the blouse length. So I'm connecting. But the way this ink is to finish quickly in, it's scary. I just got this one like yesterday and it has finished. Terrible. Terrible. So the shoulder is 8.5. Shoulder is 8.5. Please, if you join, tell me where you're watching from. This is So with Oma Deluxe. Welcome. So I'm going to take the same thing here, 8.5. I'll just connect. How is it like this period? I hear that they said this is our season period for tailors. What is it like in your side? Is it a busy one or not? So I'm connecting the shoulder. You can see it, right? Connecting the shoulder. I've gotten the shoulder, I brought it down. So the next thing I'm going to do is, for my shoulder slant, I'm going to mark 1 inch. So this blouse is going to have collar, cape, and the cape that it will have, the cape is going to be detachable. So I'll use press button to detach it. So I don't want to make the neck too wide or too deep, so that when I use my press button, it's going to look nice, it's going to come out fine. Okay, so connect my shoulder slant. I'm supposed to play music so that the place will not be too quiet. Connect my shoulder slant. Hello, welcome. Please tell me where you're watching from. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. This is So with Oma. Welcome to my studio. Today we're just going to be doing everything we usually do behind the camera: cutting, drafting, cutting, sewing. Oh my goodness, this is actually my first time doing this, and I'm really excited. So thank you for joining and welcome. Let's go. So now I've gotten I want to get the armhole, right? After my shoulder slant, which I took out 1 inch, and I got like the midpoint from my shoulder slant to the chest line, and then I marked it there. So I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch. This is our normal pattern, right? Going to come about half inch. Now, so from the chest line, I'm going to get my bust measurement. My bust circumference is 40 divided by 4 is 10. I'll mark 10 here. Then I'm supposed to add 1 inch for ease because this blouse is going to have sleeves, so I'm adding 1 inch for ease. Okay, so this is my chest line, my bust point, my under bust, my waist point, and this will serve as the blouse length. Okay, so my under bust is not mine. The customer's under bust is 37, and 37 about 9 and 1/4, 9 to 8. I usually call it 9 to 8. So I'll put that there. Sorry, the under bust. See how designers used to make errors and you cry blood. I've just measured the waist circumference on the under bust. Hey, Jesus. The under bust is actually 34. So 34 divided by 4, we have divided by 2 is 17, divided by 4 would now be hey, 17 by 4 by 2 again, 17 by 2, yeah, would be 8.5. How did I not get that? 8.5. Okay, so please, we need to be very careful. So here is the 9 to 8, 9 and 1/4. Okay, so this is basically what it is. Then on this part we're going to take the hip measurement. So her hip is 45, and 45 is about, divided by 4 is 11 to 8, that's 11 and 1/4. So we'll take that there. We want to connect this first of all. Introduction. So that's the place that I mistakenly marked instead of the waist point. So please like the video so that more people can join. I'm literally here to like engage with people. I just want to engage with people, connect with people. You know, it's good to connect. You can never tell where this world is taking us to get. So let's get to connect, engage with people, and you know, have fun. So I'm going to now get my armhole now. I'm going to get my armhole. Yeah. So this is a typical blouse, right? Remember I said the princess cut. I'm adding cups to the front, but the back will just be normal dart. So her nipple to nipple, which is her apex, is 8. So divided by 2, we have 4. Oh, I didn't close it. So I'm just going to keep marking that 4. 4, 4, 4. I'll just keep marking it until I get to the end and connect. I'll just keep marking until I get to the end and connect. Yep, so this is, we've gotten the apex. So from the under bust now, we're going to create the bust here. That's what we want to do now. We want to form the bust here and get the princess cut on our armpits. It's usually called armpit dart. Most people call it armpit dart or princess cut. So anyone, if you hear armpit dart, if you hear princess cut, is there. So on this part, on this other side, that is the side pieces, not the center piece. These are center piece. This is side pieces. On my side pieces, I want to go in by 1. I really don't want it to be too curvy, the bust area to be too curvy. So I'm using 1 instead of 1.5. And on this side, I'm going to go in by half of an inch. I'm going to go in by half. here 1, this place half of 1 inch. Okay, so once that is done, I'll come to this place now. Let me close this cup because it dries fast. So I'll come to this place now, right? I've gotten the midpoint. I want to get, I'll go take my tape round like this now to get what we have and divide it by 2. So what I have here is, I can see 9.5, and 9.5 is about 4.5 and quarter, right? So I'll mark it there. 4.5 and quarter, yeah. So I'll mark it here. So you see what these 2 points are very important, very, very important. Thank you for joining. This is So with Oma. Kindly tell me where you're watching from. This is basically, me showing you what a day in my life, not in my life, in my studio feels like or is like. Okay, so drop in the comments where you're watching from. Let's connect. Okay, so now I have 1 here and I have half here. I'm going to connect it to the bus point first. Okay, connect it to the bus point. Yeah, and then do something like this. We'll do something like this. Yeah. Okay, so this is for one side. Then this one now, I'm going to this ½ inch. I'll connect it to the bus point still. I'll connect to the bus point still, and then connect to this up one, not this one now. I'll just connect it to this up one. So let's do this. Sorry. Okay. This thing dries so fast then. I don't like the cover I'm getting. So I'm going to do it again. I think this is better. Yeah. So this for me is better. Okay. So I'm going to measure what I have here. Most times the middle one is very longer. So I think I have 10.5. I'm going to also go here to see what I have. Yes. I have 10.5. Okay, I have 10. So I'm most likely going to come out here. I'm most likely going to come out here by half or 1. But I'll do 1. Okay. So just connect it and yeah, so this is the princess cut. This is the princess cut. So I'll just find a way to connect it here. I don't want this hip side to be too free. So I'm going to take in ½ inch from here, from the apex, ½ inch. And also I'll leave this one like that. So I'll just connect like this now. Just connect like this and then close it up here. Yeah. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay. So now it's time for that replacement. We must replace our dart and put our allowance. So here we took out 1.5. We're going to replace it. So we're going to replace it. Here is about 1 1/4. I'm going to replace it, and here is about ½ inch. ½ inch. Okay. So replace it. Connect, but I'm not doing that. I'm just going to go on to add my 2 inches. So this is for a customer. I'm adding 2 inches allowance, or 1.5. Can add 2 or 1.5, but I'm doing 2 inches. You know those customers that was like, add plenty allowance, so because in case I get fat, let me continue to wear it till thy kingdom come. So that's why I'm adding 2 inches. Okay, so you must replace your darts and as well add the allowance. So this is basically my dart and allowance. I don't want this blouse to be curvy. I don't want it to have curves, too much curves. I just want it to, you know. So what the trick I usually used to do for cinching, because I like my waist, my under bust and my waist area to like, you know, give that fitting. So I used to remove about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. I used to do that. Okay, so that's the trick. This 1/4 inch is about 1 inch you're minusing from the original measurement. So I usually used to do that. Either I do 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. There is no, don't worry, it's going to enter. Except if the person does not like fitted clothes. Yep. So if the person doesn't like fitted clothes, then don't do it for the person, please. Okay, but it will still enter. See, this trick works like magic. Don't even be afraid of it. It will work. Let's remove it for like a better fit. So I'll just connect. Yeah. So for like a better fit, I used to remove that. So you have learned something today. Oh, please say hi. Greet me. Okay. Then the last thing I want to do here is I like to curve my blouse. Down here. So I'll be going up by. It's either I do it down here or I come to the bust point and take a dart. It's either I do it down here, I come to the bust point and take a dart. So this is the one most of us we know. So you come here and take a dart of 2 inches and connect to the bust point. From the bust point you go down by 2 inches and connect. Yeah. So but for me initially I didn't want like the area to be too curvy. Do you get this bust area to be too curvy? But it's fine. I'll have a way around it. Okay. So now it's time for us to cut. If you stubborn get with me, we still find a way to connect this thing. Let me just take half from here. Let me still connect it. Yeah, so that it gives me that shape I'm looking for. Okay. So now we are basically done with the front. This is what it looks like. I took three um I took 3 inches as the width, and then I took for the depth 2.5. Like I said, it's going to be there'll be a cape there, that collar that you attach, but it will be a detachable collar. So I don't want the neck to be too low and make it look funny. That was why I used 2.5 by 3. So 3 is fine as the width. 3 is fine, but the depth I used 2.5 for the depth. Okay, so it's time for us to cut. Let me get my scissors so that we can cut and drag the back. So like I said, the back, I'm not going to do a princess cut, to just be a normal dart for the back. To just be a normal dart. There's no princess cut for the back, okay? To just be normal. See this half-inch that I'm taking out there? This is what used to make some of these clothes stand out. You know, like, what is that thing that this person did that they did different? Why is this person's clothes always looking like there is like it's always fitted, it's always snatched, something like that. That seems they use bone for it. This is half inch. Because imagine taking out half inch, half times 4. That's that's half times 4. That's 2 inches. Ha. Yeah, taking out 2 inches from somebody's under bust and waist points. Don't you think it is snatch? It's definitely snatch. I usually use, if the material is a stretchy fabric, like this cotton I'm using, it stretches. Also, if I'm using like crepe, lycra, all those stretchy fabrics, I usually used to take out half inch. But if I'm using a material that does not stretch, for instance, if I'm using there's some cotton fabrics that don't stretch, I take out only 0.5. Sorry, I take out quarter inch, not half of an inch, quarter. That's what I take out if the fabric does not stretch. But if it's stretching, you can take as much as half of an inch. And there's some really stretchy fabric that use the exact measurement, like no allowance, just use the exact measurement. So when you want to sew, you sew in with 1 inch. It will still give you that, especially when it's a fitted clothes, fitted dress, fitted top. It will still give you the fitness that you're looking for. Okay, this cotton fabric is actually, it's actually a stretchy fabric. It's a stretchy cotton, and I hope you know that there are some Ankaras that stretches. So this is one of it, and that's why I removed half inch. Okay, so cutting out now. I was supposed to cut here, but we'll just find a way around it. So me, I don't want to have too much curve. If there's any way I can reduce it, I find that I find a way to do it. See, I don't want this place to be too inside. I don't want too much curve. So if there's any way I can reduce it, I find a way to do it. So this place will just be like this. This is that area. Just stay this way. Now, so I'm supposed to not cut it out, but I will find a way to, I will join it. Sorry, I'm trying to unplug this freezer. I'm actually using my freezer as table. I've not gotten a table yet, so I'm using my freezer as table, and it's off, but I can still feel like there's current there. So yeah, I'll just fold this place, get my paper tape and tape it down. So this is the side piece, the side pieces. So it's time for us to cut out the center piece. If you're just joining, welcome. This is Sew with Oma Ideal Luxury. You know, just here trying to show you what a day in my studio is like for me working. Okay, if you have any question, if you have anything you'd want me to show you in my next live, kindly drop it. I'll be glad to attend to it. Okay, yeah, so just cutting out. And this is my paper scissors. You must have paper scissors, very important. Yeah, I'm done with the front, so let's quickly do the back. Let's quickly do the back. I'll just use the other side to cut the back. For the back, like I said earlier, the back will be a straight cut. Please, when you join, kindly like the video so that more people can join and engage. Thank you. Kindly like the video so that more people can join and engage. Thank you. video so that more people can join. Thank you. This is So with Oma. I'm currently, today in my studio is like I'm cutting a blouse and a skirt. I'm going to cut and sew it here on the live. I hope I'm very fast. I'm taking my time, and I'm also taking my time to engage. So please like this video so that more people can join. I'd really like to connect with you. Kindly like and drop your comments. Okay, tell me where you're watching from. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, and this is So with Oma. Welcome. So let's moving on. Let's go to the back. Let's cut the back. See? Yeah. So like I said, the back, there's no big deal. It's just to use the normal dart, straight darts, like the regular darts that we use for uniforms and children. Normal straight darts. So I'll do the same thing. Get my shoulder, get my point. But before that, I want to get my zip allowance, which is 1 inch. My zip allowance is 1 inch. So I want to take that out first before I start measuring. Yeah. So I've gotten that. I'll connect. Yeah, I'll connect. So yep. So this is my zipper allowance. Zipper allowance. ZA or ZA. So from here I will have to now get my shoulder again, which is 8.5. 8.5. Okay, the blouse length. We do that again here. Chest line, which is 8.5. I want to indicate that so that I'm fast. So 8.5, 10.5 bust points, 13.5 on the bust, 19 waist, and then the other part will be for my length. Okay, so I'll just connect like this. So connecting chest line, bust points, and the bust. I really don't know my other bust here. Why did I put it? Waist point, because this is the back, honestly. So once that is done, I'm going to, on my chest line, I'm going to come and now measure my shoulder, which is 8.5. Okay, yeah, 8.5. So connect this way to create my armhole, go down by 1 to get my shoulder slant. Hey, I hope you can see. Go down by 1. Then on this side, I'm going to mark 3 inches for my neck width, and here 1. If you leave me safe, I will do half. Remember what I said, I'm doing a detachable collar, so I want it to be as unique as possible, like for people not to even know that it's detachable. That's the idea. Okay, so I connect my shoulder slant to my shoulder, yeah. And here, to get my armhole, what's my armhole? 7.5. That's what is here. So I take it by, divide by 2, and then going by half. So we have 10, 10.5, and 10, which is 40 divided by 4, 1 inch for ease. 2 inches for my allowance. Customer wey dey like allowance, we go give am yafu yafu. So my underbust here, we have 8.5. We've already done the division for the front. We have 8.5. We're most likely going to have 1 inch of that replacement and 2 inches of allowance. So I just want to make this fast, okay? So my waist point divided by 4, put it there, then 1 inch of that replacement and 2 inches allowance. So my hip. So the hip, I have the hip divided by 4. Okay, I don't need 1 inch of that replacement, but let me just add and 2 inches. Yeah, so we connect at this point. We connect at this point, okay? And yeah, so the back waist point and the front waist point is different. This is the front waist point, which is 19. Usually the back waist point is 2 inches minus 2 inches from the front waist point, and we need that, very important for our zip dart. Okay, we need it, very very important. This is it. So this is my back waist point. Let me just roll the line across so that it should be there. So your back waist point is different from your front. The back waist point is different from your front. Okay, so it's usually 2 inches up, some are like 3 inches, just depending. So this is my back waist point, and I'm going to need that for my zipper allowance. So the way I used to get my zip dart, because I must do a zip dart. So from this point, this is my 1 inch. I'll take it out, but okay, let me, so that you can see what I'm doing. So for my zip dart, right, this is where I'm going to start, from the back waist. That's the best way not to get a zipper bulging. So from this your back waist, this is my 1 inch allowance. I'll take it out pata pata, but not completely. I'm just going to take it out from here, but collect it back gradually. Collect it back gradually till I get to my neck. See it? So I'm not taking it out completely like the pata pata I said. So I'll just be taking it and I'll take it out here, sharp pata pata, and collecting it back here gradually. Okay, so that's what it is. Mark my 1 inch here and connect. So this is the best way to avoid, and trust me, you're going to, it's not easy. You will take out your 2 inches and it will still come out nice. So you do the same thing here, like that. You must take it out completely here, then just find a way to, I usually take one. So you see that from this point to this point, because here there is nothing, this place is firm, this place is also firm. Your back, you have like, or like put it, you have like breast here and you have breast in your hip, so you must put that 1 inch middle there. But this place is somehow inside. This side now is somehow inside, so even if you take that 1 inch, it's not going to affect your measurement at all. So you do that, okay? And then the next thing I want to do is I want to take 2 inches off. This is the back. The back is not supposed to be as long as the front. Remember, we already took out 2 inches from the bust points at the front, the bust dart, so we need to take it out at the back as well, so that when we're sewing it will align. So 2 inches out. When we do this, we don't need any curve here again because we've already gotten what we need. So I'll just connect like this. And yeah, we have our back. The next thing I'm going to do is to usually, of course, I don't need to do that here. I don't need to do that here. I just need to connect my armhole. It's just to get your dart, but I've added the replacement. See it here. So just for understanding, which I know that you people understand, this is where you're supposed to, get fix your dart. So I don't think this is needed because I've already added the allowance, just to show you that okay, well, there is dart here and this is what the dart looks like, but you don't really need it. Okay, you don't really need it. So this is what I'm trying to say. On my waist points, my back waist points, that's where you will take this dart from your back waist points. Okay, you can as well just do this from your back waist point, not from your front waist point. Always know that the front and the back have their unique waist points. Okay, so you can now connect it to the front waist points, connect it like this, and then give it a slant. That pencil mark. Do this. Yeah. So basically, this is what it is. Okay. Like I said, I really didn't need to fix this here, but it's just for people for eyes to see and to understand basically. So the next thing I'll do is just to connect my armhole, and we're good. Connect my armhole. Yeah, perfect. To the glory of God. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, so what we need to do now is to cut out. We have to cut this out now. I hope you can see. No one is this shaking. So we cut out our allowance. Everything we need is here. Put our allowance, so everything inside this place. So it's just to place it on fabric and cut. Okay. Anyway, you have a sharp, like a sharp curve, just blend it in. Very important, because it's going to be obvious, especially when you sew an iron. It's going to be obvious in your work. So blend every sharp cut you have, or sharp curve you have. Okay. Remember that we also have our zip dart here, our zip dart and our zipper allowance. So I've done everything. So I'm taking out the zip dart. That's what I'm taking out. Okay. Let me look for music and play so that this place will lively. What's the video work without? So this is the back, and this is obviously the front. This is the front, okay? So this is the back and the front. So you see that the back is shorter. The back is shorter. It's supposed to be shorter, okay? But here to align. It's supposed to align here. supposed to align. Okay, it must, can you see it? The side pieces must align. Let this one be longer is normal, but the side pieces must align. Okay, so yeah, that's what we have here. That's what we have here. So this is the front and this is the back. I'm just going to place on my fabric and cut out. Okay, please confirm everything, confirm all confirmables. This is 7 to 8 plus, let me see, 3.5, that's about 10.5. So it is accurate with my allowance. So I remove 2.5 from 10.5, that's 8.5. So I'm still on the right track. Right. So it's time to cut. This is the remaining fabric from, oh, this is scared though. This is the remaining fabric. So we're just going to cut out. Okay. Start with the back. Start with the back. To cut out the back. So cutting out the back first. Let's place it on, see if it works. What though? Yes, it did work. It did work. Yes, it worked. It worked. So we're just going to cut out now. So I'm putting 1/2 inch. No, for sewing. For sewing in. Please make sure you're using thin. This is a fast one. You don't want to take time. Just work with what I have. Work with what is available. Let me get my cotton fabric scissors. Yeah. So I think it's better like this. Okay. So I'm going to start putting all my allowance on the neck area, for the shoulder, half. Then let me come to this side. I've put my zipper allowance, so I'll just cut it out. Everything I need for this part is there, including my zipper allowance, so I'll just cut it out. Just cut it out, okay? I've also put my allowance 2 inches. Very important. So do the same. Most times I like to put my allowance on my pattern paper because sometimes you can just be in a hurry and just think that you have done everything and you've actually not done everything. So yeah, this is what we have. We're good, we're good, okay? So this for the back. Now we'll cut the front. I'll use my chalk to identify the front and the back. To identify the back from the front rather. So we'll cut the front now. Hello, welcome. This is So with Oma. This is my studio, just showcasing what my studio day life is like. So please kindly like the video, tell me where you're coming from, where you're watching from rather, so that we can connect. Okay? I'm cutting a blouse with collar, detachable collar or detachable cape. That's what I'm doing right now. I've already drafted it. I've drafted it earlier, so I'm just placing it to cut. That's what I'm currently doing. I've added my allowance, everything that I need is here. I'm just placing to cut. And I'm doing Jagaban cutting without pin. Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. Okay? I think I gave too much allowance, so cannot waste this one. Can't waste that fabric. So I'll reduce it. I can't waste the fabric. So I'm going to reduce it because I've added both my sewing allowance, every of my allowance that I need. I've added it on the paper. So I can't afford to waste any other fabric. You get it? If you don't get it, forget. But don't forget it though. Make sure you have your allowance either on your fabric or on your paper, but you must remember to put it. Yes, this is fine. Let me know, gun. Be stressing. This is fine. So I'm leaving. If you notice, I'm leaving space in the middle because of my joining allowance. That's very important for me too. So I need to leave that space to take out the half inch chain. I need to leave that space as well. Take out the half inch. Yeah. So like I said, I've already added my allowance. Everything is there. I've been added. So I'm just going to take. So when you're taking this thing from your side pieces, honestly, it's not compulsory you take a lot of, you add too much allowance here, like that your half inches. It's not compulsory. Sometimes I don't add. That's the truth. Sometimes I don't add. But it's very compulsory to add here. It's very, very important to add here. Because this one, in fact, don't even forget it. You must add this sewing allowance. It's very essential. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be interfacing this with ST. So this is what we have left for the sleeve and some other things. If there is any other thing that needs to be done, we're going to keep that for it. So time to interface. and I'm using S-tape. Using S-tape, I need to identify the front from the back, because this material is very original. You can't if you make that mistake, you could just go so front as back, and I don't want to make that error. Okay, I don't want to make that mistake. That's why I'm trying to get it now before, yeah, I want to get it now. So it's time to cut my S-day. It's time to cut the S-day and the lining. So I'm also using a cotton lining. See, you people should tell me, oh, about lining. Is it as original as before? Even that one, you know, they have two types. They have Aba lining has um the stronger one, the one that is strong, and another light one that even before you start sewing, it has started ripping off. Then the stronger one, now I'm realizing that the strong one is not so strong, because I used it for one of my customers, and just after the day she wore it, she called me and she was like, she was going to wash her aba lining, and sorry, she was going to wash her fabric, and the lining I used ripped off, like tore. I was surprised. I wanted to argue with her, but I still had enough of that lining. So I just told her, okay, that I'm really sorry, that I really don't know what caused it, because that's actually the stronger or the more quality lining, about lining. And then what I did was I just quietly took um I quietly took the lining, cut a bit of it, and then tried it. I added water and started washing. I did not even wash so hard, and it was ripping off. So please tell me, or maybe because I bought that one from Oshodi, and I've heard that Oshodi markets, they sell like very low quality tailoring materials. So maybe I've been scammed too. Please, I was supposed to go to Lagos Island, but I went to um Oshodi because there was this fabric that I was looking for. I knew it was at Oshodi that I would get it. And the person who had seen it for me told me it was at Oshodi. So that was why I even went to Oshodi in the first place. But my sister and brother, I did not get it. I did not, it was not funny rather. So now I have to settle back with my cotton lining. I like to use cotton because I know that it will not stress me at all. I know it will not stress me at all. So that's it though. That's where we are at. I like to interface. So this cotton fabric is actually thick. I'm thinking of interfacing only the lining. What do you think? What do you think? Should I do that? I'll just interface only the lining and leave the material. Maybe what I'll do is interface the front, interface the lining as well for the front, but the back I'm just going to interface the lining and then use interfacing for the neck. That way to save my Estee. Estee is expensive now. Estee is not cheaper. Me that I like to use, I love using Estee. I bought paper stay the other day and I did not use it. I did not use it though. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just cut this one, use it to interface the lining, and I will now let me just cut it first. Let me just cut it first because it's 1 yard I want to use for this thing, and the 1 yard should finish. Then that's the next thing I will do. That's the next thing because I'm using a quality lining, and as well as I'm using quality interfacing, and plus the material is also of good quality. It's high, it's quality, it's quality Ankara. So I mean, if my 1 yard is not enough, Oh, my 1 year interface is not enough, and I just settle with the first idea I had. Just do that. But this front, I want to interface top to bottom, you know, so that it have that structure when you wear the blouse, that kind of thing. So when you customer wears the blouse, everything will just enter. Bam, bam. Nothing is missing. Everything just sets like a set to go. Let me adjust this thing. Ha. This one here that's finished is only the front I've cut. That means I will change the plan completely. I will only interface the front of this one. I'm using cotton line. So if I'm interfacing the front, I don't need to put lining, interface the lining. Abi, you push it, tell me. You don't need it though, because Estee is quite expensive, and I bought this Estee from Oshodi actually. I hope it will not do the same thing that my customer complained of. I just hope so. Honestly, I really hope so. I really, really hope so. And after now, I'll not go to Oshodi to buy any sewing material again. I'll not do that because I just realized that it's like they have more of inferior materials than they have quality materials. I used to go to Lagos Island, and like I said, it was one fabric that took me there because that was where I knew I would get it. So I went there and I was like, okay, let me just buy my sewing materials now since I'm already here. That was how I now entered this trap. And if you see how many yards of black lining that I bought, hell, Oppo, Oppo. I think I know what to do. What is this? Okay. Yep. Welcome. Please like the video. I'm currently just, connecting, engaging with you guys. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. Tell me where you're watching from. This is so with Oma Edo Luxury. Let us connect, okay? Please like the video so that more people can join and we can engage, okay? You don't know where this world is taking us to. So let's connect. So this is what I have left from 1 yard. And I think I know what I'm going to do. Let me first cut the lining first. So first of all, cut the lining for the because the floor is going to have lining. Okay, I want it to have lining. So in case there is any way it is transparent, that will not be the case for this particular skirt because it already has a lining. You get, you can never tell. It might just be somewhere and there is light there and someone is seeing what is in between. You get, it's not nice. So I like to put lining in my flea, even if it's not full line, even if it's half. Do you get? It's very important for me, and I'm using a cotton lining. Like, hey, God. I'm using cotton lining. I'll manage it the best way that I can. I'm going to manage this lining because lining costs too. This cotton line is actually very expensive. Welcome, please let's connect, like the video so that more people, just send me some love. I'm trying to connect with you people. This is so it's on my hair. Let's connect. This is the front. So like I said, it must not be full. Anyway, that one stop. Now there, this one too could stop. It wasn't the full. It wasn't the full at all. You see? Move it backward. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So let me first of all cut out this one so that I can adjust it. So I can adjust it. So this is basically where this one will stop. Here. Okay. So let me just use my chalk to get it to save time. Let me just use my chalk to get it to save time. I think we have 31 and a half. So I'll just do the same thing, 31 and a half. Yeah, 31 and a half. I'll just keep going, 31 and a half, 31 and a half. So I'll cut out. I'm using my fridge or my chest freezer as my table. That's what it will be for now, pending when I get a table. I love to cut on the floor. I don't know if it's just me, but I enjoy cutting on the floor. So it's not all the time that I use a table. It's not all the time I use a table. It's just when I get the chance to, I just use it. So just connect this one now. Yep, cut it out. Yep. So this is is actually where we would stop for the lens. At least this is enough to cover anything coverable. I think this is fine. This is perfect for the lens. This is what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Now, so this will be the lining. This is enough now. It's fine. It's very okay, safe. Perfect. England people will say perfecto. Yes. See, this is okay now. This is where it stopped. I think it's okay. It's okay. It's not too far from the length, so it's perfect. So we'll cut the back now. Do the same for the back. I don't know if I should do it like this for the saving or wasting. Maybe saving or wasting. Look at the wasting. I'll do it this way. Let's see your waist. Let me try it. Look at our waist. Let me do it this way. So I don't waste. Can't afford to be wasting fabric with lining. Can't even afford to be wasting anything safe at this point. This. I think you're saving this way. Yeah, I'm saving. Let me save from here. I feel like I'm wasting. No, I'm saving from here. I'm saving. Welcome. If you want to cut the back, you use 31.5 for the front. So that's the same thing we're going to do for the back. We're going to also use 31.5. I'm going to use 31.5. So I just want to like get my the up first before we go in. Before we go in. I need to play musical. I need to play music. I want to cut the material one down, so I'm trying to make sure that, yeah, to make sure that it's straight. intact. So get my 12 now, get it to 1.5. This one is even 30. It's 30 that is zero. If it's 30 that is zero, then I'll use 30. No, no waste. Join. Maybe I'll just join. Let me just do that. Let it 1.5 is okay. Maybe I'll just join. I'll join. I think I'll join. I think I like if it's 1.5. Makes sense. So it makes sense for me to join. Before I cut, I'll place it to be sure. I'll place the main fabric to be sure before I cut. I don't know. So, okay, how you do it? I think I'll just join. And since it's one side, it's not much. So, I think I'll join. Joining is better. I'll join. I think I'll do. You You did not create me to feel, but you created me to worship daily. So I'm a living already. Yeah. You did not create me to worship. You did not create me to feel. You created me to worship daily. I'm living already. Yeah. So what I'm joining is not so much. I'm just joining here. See, I'm just joining. I'll join it. Let's see. I think 31 is cool. 31.5 is cool. So I'll just join. I have enough pieces now. Come on. I can do this. I can join it. Oh, better for me. I have enough pieces. I'll join. join it. So yeah. It's better than that 29 because 29 will now be small. And I don't want the lining to be too small. As much as I don't want to make it the full lining. Do you get? So I don't want it to be too small. I don't want to make it the full lining. So I'll just join it. I think that's the best thing to do. Yeah. Yeah. Not that bad. Not bad at all, sir. Yeah, perfect. So we joined. As we did, so this is the back. Okay. We have the front to cut out here. Remember then when my boss was like, don't try this, don't try this. Now I'm trying it. I'm trying it. Tearing lining like tune. She was always like, don't try this so don't try this with my lining no. No, I'm trying it with mine. See do I want to manage this thing. Still not be enough. Let me just don't worry, let me not manage it. Let's tear it out. Okay? Let's tear it out. Let me just tear it out. Cut the back first. Cut the back. Yeah. Yep. So we'll cut the front now. We have to find a way to manage this one. I can't afford to be wasting. Okay, let me get those other pieces that are color. Let me see the work. It's not looking like it's work. Let me just cut one piece. Okay. Maybe able to do one piece. So just yep. So look for the second part. Support. The second part. Yeah. So I might need to start this live again because we've stayed for long so that it doesn't look like work. So the sewing part will be a new live. We stayed for over 1 hour. So the sewing part will be a new live. We'll take a short break and we'll be back. Thank you for joining. I'm literally done. I'm done. So thank you so much for joining. This is Sew with Oma Ideal Luxury. That's the brand name, and this is Zoe Oma. I'm really happy to do this here, and it's fun. Actually, it's really fun. So thank you so much. I'll be going on a break now and coming back again for the sewing because we have to sew this. Thank you, and see you in my next live.